What is happening, everybody, on YouTube? Steve here with Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com. Coming back to you guys with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you exactly what sold in my Amazon FBA business. And I'm going to share with you 10 items that I have sold over the last, about the last week. So, as you guys know, I sell on Amazon FBA. If you're not sure what FBA stands for, it's Fulfillment by Amazon. It's just like any other platform, selling on eBay, selling on Etsy. The only difference with FBA versus something like eBay or even selling as a merchant on Amazon is instead of me shipping the items directly to the customer when it sells, I actually ship it all off to the Amazon warehouses where the Amazon employees store it. And when it sells, they pick it, pack it, ship it, distribute it for me, and deal with customer service. And pretty much what happens then is I collect a check. So yeah, having a great night. Hopefully you guys are having a great night as well. Just got done having an amazing meal. It was I actually had some tofu with some green peppers, onions, a beautiful curry sauce with over some nice white rice. So I'm definitely living in heaven right now, sipping on a nice hot green tea. I do want to ask you guys real quick right now, if you could do me a big favor. I'm going to go over to youtube.com and you should be able to see my screen right now. I want you to go over to this channel, the Golden Finger Picker. I want you to go to this channel right now. This is my good buddy Chad Pagel with the Golden Finger Picker YouTube channel, and he's about to hit 10,000 subscribers. He's at 9,906 subscribers. So he's been a good friend of mine. He puts out great reselling content, very positive and optimistic, and I want to do whatever I can to be able to spread the good word about what he's doing and his wife, Kim. So go there, subscribe to him. He's got a lot of great videos. But with that being out of the way, let's make sure that you can hear me okay. Let me do a sound check on my computer. All right. Looks like everything sounds good. So we're going to be going through the 10 items that I have sold. Also want to let you guys know the comment section is wide open right now on my other computer screen, although you can't see it. So I'm going to shout you guys out. If you're in the house right now, say what up. Let me know what's going on. I see Josh Fisher in the house. Leave a comment, smash that like button, show some love, and I'll be sure to come back with more jam-packed videos for you. Josh is saying, hey, Steve, how many items do you recommend to keep in Amazon inventory? Now, that's really up to you, Josh. It really depends, how much risk you want to have as well. Because, the more items that you have in the Amazon warehouse, obviously it's more of a risk because let's just say that your account got shut down or something went wrong. You're going to have to pay to get those items sent back to you. Typically, I know they had a program going on a couple months ago where they were actually allowing you to take items out of your FBA warehouse inventory that was slow selling for free. But you are definitely a little more vulnerable, but really it's up to you. I've got a little over 1,000, I believe. I haven't checked in about a month, so it may be lower, it may be higher, but I think I have somewhere around 1,000 items in my inventory. The more items you have in your inventory, if they're, popular, in-demand products, the more money you're going to typically make. There's a strong correlation between listing more and building up your inventory with making more sales and making more money. Now, obviously, you're going to still have to take into consideration cash flow and all that to really see if your business is thriving and if you're turning a profit. But it's very, very important to build up your inventory. Don't think to yourself, oh boy, my inventory was at 100, now it's at 200. Am I doing something wrong? It's not selling fast enough. That's a good thing. It's a good thing if your inventory is building up because over time, you're going to have to build more inventory. I mean, look at stores like Lowe's or Walmart or Target. Look at all the inventory they have on hand. It's just part of the game. So, if Walmart only had 1/4 the inventory, they'd probably make 1/4 the sales. It's the same thing with the Amazon business. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. What's up, D Roper? What's going on, D? We got Harley Woman in the house. Hi, hi. Hi. Trip Little says, hey, Raiken, Green Room Love. Actually, GR Love, but that's Green Room Love. So if we got any Green Room peeps in the house, be sure to say your face and say hello. But without any further ado, let's dive into the show. But first, let me answer one more question. What should I do if buyer lies and tells Amazon that I sent her a bad item? For example, I sell a book. What if he rips some paper and tells Amazon, that it was my fault? How do we prove that? There's really no way to prove it. But the good thing is, if you're selling as an FBA seller, if they complain that it's damaged, typically they're gonna leave a product review on your seller account review page, which is illegal. So if they leave anything like that on your account, just get it removed. That's the beautiful thing about FBA. If there's any damage or anything wrong with the shipping, or if they leave a product review on your seller review page, which is your username, you can take that down. So I'll be sure to do a video on that. But let's dive into the show. First item that I sold. Not sure how to pronounce this, if it's Braven or Bravin, but what this is a portable wireless Bluetooth speaker. And I believe I popped on this. I'm not sure if this is the one, but I want to say that I popped on this item from a Target. I know I popped on some JBL wireless speakers as well, and I actually kept one. It's right in front of me right now. But I want to say I popped on this from a Target. If I didn't get this from a Target, it may have been from a thrift store. Some of these items, they sold and they might have been in my inventory for a month or two. I buy so many items on a regular basis that it's really hard to pinpoint exactly what I paid for it. Some items are going to stand out more than others, but what this is a wireless Bluetooth speaker. This was brand new. I believe it sold for $59.99. I would show you the actual sales page, but I don't want to put the customer's I don't know if it shows the customer address or if it shows the order ID number. I just don't want to put those things out to the public. But I believe this sold for 59. Let me see. I've got my order page on my other computer. Let me see if I could find that. I'm not sure, but I believe it sold for $59.99 right there. Keep your eye out for technology, right? Bluetooth wireless speakers are really, really popular right now. They're in really high demand. And if you've got a Goodwill in your area, a lot of times Goodwill's getting items donated from Target. They're doing Target buyouts. So maybe the box is damaged, or it's a customer return, or maybe they have overstock. Goodwill's actually buying out Target's inventory, certain types of inventory. So I know over here in Connecticut, every Wednesday, we actually get all the inventory coming in from Target. And it's a great opportunity to do some retail arbitrage at your local thrift store. So don't underestimate brand new in the box items. Don't underestimate technology. This is actually waterproof, which is really, really cool. 10-hour playtime right here. And let's go down to see what the rank is. 1,573 in electronics, so that's excellent. A few things you want to look out for: customer reviews when you're dealing with electronics. If you've got something that's a 2-star, probably would avoid it. Why would you avoid it? Even if there's profit there, because it's probably going to get returned. And as you know, with Amazon, they've got a pretty lengthy return policy. So you want to focus on products that have good reviews, especially electronics. Again, sub 1,600 rank in electronics. That's terrific. 4 out of 5 stars. On customer reviews, terrific. 87 reviews, excellent. So definitely an awesome product to invest in. DJ Boy 1011, how do you live stream your videos, Steve? You pretty much go through your back end on YouTube, and you create the live show through Google Hangouts. Possibly I'll do a video on it sometime. Scott Fitzgerald, you're being a little smart ass, man. Give him a break. Not everybody knows how to do it. But hey, appreciate you being in the house, Scott. How you been, man? But what does he use a specific application? No, I don't actually. If you have a YouTube channel, you actually use you actually go through, you open up a live show and it opens up Google Hangouts for you automatically. All right, let's move on to the next item that's sold. This is an example of subject matter that is a little outside of the box, a little interesting, a little unique. As you can see right here, we have a nice butt cheek. I mean, in my opinion, I don't want to get sexual here, but it's a nice butt cheek. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. It looks like, I don't know if that's a male butt cheek or a woman butt cheek. No comment there, but it's a butt cheek, and there's a hand on the butt cheek. Queer by choice, lesbians, gay men, and the politics of identity, first edition. So we've got a book that is it's a little unique. It's a little odd. You wouldn't expect to come across this. And I remember specifically buying this for, I want to say it was $1.99 at Savers, maybe $2.99. It depends upon who checked me out. I've got a few connects over there that hooked me up with some good prices. But yeah, it's a book about, gays, lesbians, all that types of stuff, to each their own. But this is the type of stuff you want to buy: the weird, the unique, the stuff where you think to yourself, why is this book here and who would buy it? That's what you want. Queer by Choice, Lesbians, Gay Men, and the Politics of Identity. This sold for, I want to say it sold for $44. Now, you may look at the prices and say, Steve, how in the world did you get that price? But I did. I got it. Look right here. This might even be a good opportunity, to be honest with you folks, to buy it as a merchant. Obviously, don't get it prime. But you could pick this up and probably reflip it. But I sold this for 40 something dollars. I just looked. I literally pulled all these up off of my my sales, and this was used. So let's see what prime is coming in at. So here's another one right here at $44.99. So for anyone who wants to do a little sniping action, you can pick one of these up. I would get it in good condition, pick it up at a penny, get it for $4, and then throw it on FBA for $40. I literally just sold it for that, and there's only one person FBA. So I want you guys to make some money. Go pop right now. That's a deal for you right there. That's definitely a deal. Let's see what the rank is on this. And I love when people make the comment and say, Steve, you are a liar. You do not know what you're talking about. You did not sell that for $40. It's only a penny. Listen, guys, there's two such things on Amazon. There's selling as a merchant, and there's selling as, as a prime FBA seller. People want to buy prime. Why? Mainly because they think they're buying through Amazon. Also, it's the free 2-day shipping, and they want to be able to return it easily and not have to deal with these merchant sellers. And I know there's some other benefits. What am I missing? But yeah, definitely a cool book right there that sold, and I love selling books. We got 40 people in the house right now. Smash that like button. Next on deck is a VHS, a VHS. I believe I sold this for $16. This was brand spanking new, 16. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I could pick these things up dirt cheap, and you can too. It's all about subject matter again when it comes to VHSs. I like the really old ones, the horror films, the ones with the crazy designs. Just look at this thing; it's creepy looking. The picture's horrible, but sold that for $16. And VHS, a lot of them are long tail. And what do I mean by long tail? I mean that you might buy it for $1, but you could sit on that item in your inventory for 5, 6, 8, 12, 15, 18 months. I mean, really, I've got inventory in my I've got Amazon inventory that's been sitting there for 2 years, and they're VHS. But again, in my eyes, think of it this way. Say you go into a thrift store and you pick up 10 VHSs. You spend $1 each. So you spent $1 each on 10 VHSs, and you're out the door for $10. Now you have 10 VHSs. You list them all up. Say your average price is, $15 a VHS. All it takes is one out of those 10 VHSs to pay for all of them that you bought. So you sell one, and now you have 9 paid for, free, clear, out the door. That's the type of items, and that's the type of business model that I love. I love when you could sell one item and then they're all free. And that's why I love VHSs. Now, is there a good chance that 5 of them will never sell? Yeah, there is. There's a good chance that I could buy 10 and 5 might just never sell. But if you're checking out the ranks, if you're checking out the reviews, I mean, this has 18 customer reviews on it. I knew it was going to sell eventually. Let's scroll down to check out what the sales rank is. Let me refresh my screen. For some reason, it's looking very, very fuzzy on my other screen. I'm not sure why it's so fuzzy. If it is, I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on right now. But I'm going to go down to the rank. The rank is 56,141 in movie and TV. So that's definitely a really good rank. If you're wondering what rank should you focus on when it comes to VHSs, again, that's going to depend upon your business model. The slow nickel, the fast, no, what is it? The fast dime, the slow, wait, hold on. The fast nickel, the slow dime. Yes, the fast nickel, the slow dime. It's going to depend upon your business model. But I like to focus on anything under 100,000 rank when it comes to VHSs. And even more importantly, I like to see that there's customer reviews. 10, 20 customer reviews is going to definitely build up the confidence for me when I go to buy it. Frank Rizzo says, honestly, though, I like Amazon for books and new items, eBay for used restricted, and Etsy for some collectibles, and sell more there than on eBay. That's really important, Frank, and I'm glad you brought that up. You want to find the appropriate platform to sell your items. Not every item is going to sell best on Amazon. And I sell on eBay, I sell on Amazon, I sell on Craigslist, and I'm not going to put a bicycle on Amazon, right? I'm going to put that on Craigslist. I'm not going to put a book typically on eBay. I'm going to put it on Amazon. A DVD, I'm going to try to put it on Amazon if it's not restricted. But if it is restricted, like Frank says, I'm going to throw that onto eBay, right? Since it's not restricted and the rules aren't as tight over there. But anyways, let's move on to the next item. VHSs are definitely an awesome item to pick up to resell. Next up is a great game to be on the lookout for. This is an Xbox 360 game, NCAA Football 14. I'm not sure if this was the exact one that I sold. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. I think I got this one from a pawn shop, but I know I might have had a few of these in my inventory. But the last NCAA Football 2014 by Xbox 360 game that I picked up was at a pawn shop. I believe I was with the valet picker about, I don't know, a month or two ago. If this is the same one, I'm not sure. But I picked it up. I want to say I paid $10, and this sold for $40 and change. There are people picking this game up still at Walmart, brand new. Sometimes they're old stock gets lost and then they put it on the shelf for 20 or $30. If you could find this brand new at Walmart or Target, pick it up all day long. Definitely some good money in this game right here. Keep your eye out for NCAA Football 2014 for Xbox 360. Next up is a bread and butter item for me. I love this brand, and I feel like in every Amazon sales update, I'm sharing with you this item, and I'm probably killing the market to an extent, but there's so many of these out there that I don't think I could ever kill the market. There's thousands of them. This is a Canon Powershot ELPH 340. This is actually the camera that I use with a lot of my vlogging and stuff. I did actually recently get a Canon G7X, so I don't use it as much, but I did use this for a lot of my vlogs on the Raiken Profit YouTube channel. Also use this when I had my employee at the warehouse taking pictures of my clothing on eBay. Great camera. I don't know if I was using the 340. I think I was using maybe, I don't know. There's a bunch of different models. There's a 110, there's a 130, there's a 140, there's a 350, 340. There's a lot of different versions. There's a lot of different colors. One tip I could give you guys is make sure to test them out, right? Make sure the lens isn't all scratched up. Make sure the lens actually pops out. Make sure it zooms. Check that the battery is with the item. Make sure the battery charges. It works. Comes with the charger. But yeah, very, very profitable item right here, the Canon Powershot series. Not only the 340, but especially the 110. The 110 HS series of the Canon Powershot is definitely a profitable one to be on the lookout for. Murray says, Steve just bought Queer by Choice for a penny. Thanks for the heads up. I'm going to go back in about 2 weeks and I'm going to see how many of those are for sale, FBA, because I kind of gave you guys a little bolo item right there. But I'm glad to share, and hopefully you guys make some money. The Amazon Seller app keeps leaving out most listings for me. What's a better, more accurate app? Why would the Amazon Seller app be leaving out listings for you? That is the most accurate app right there. Why? Because Amazon doesn't have to ping its own API to get the information. Well, I don't know exactly how it works, but any other third-party scanning app is going to have to rely on Amazon releasing its information to them. So the Amazon Seller app is the most reliable one. It's not the most efficient, especially if you're using a scan fob. You're not going to be able to scan with it to have it come up directly unless you found a way to get around it. Other softwares that I use to scan items. Scoutify, which comes with Inventory Lab, FBA Scan. Those are the two I use alongside with the Amazon Seller app to double check. Candace says it'll show one listing lowest price as $52.99. Then I look at the buyer app and there are 8 other listings for much lower. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, Candace. There's issues. It happens, and it's not 100%. Accurate at times. You just got to do your best and get in low and just double check. What do you think about the picture scanning on the Amazon Seller app? So Benadu is talking about Flow, the new extension to the Amazon Seller app, which actually allows you to it actually like kind of scans the cover and somehow notices the cover and finds the listing that way. I think it works great. I definitely do. And, the Amazon Seller app is 100% free. Next item that I sold in my Amazon FBA business is a PlayStation 2 memory card. Popped on this for $1 at a local garage sale. $1, brand new in the package. It looked just like this. And, if you ever find anything old PS2, brand new in the package, especially a controller or a memory card or a game, scan that puppy and see if you could take them home with you. You know, older stuff, electronics, computer items, video games, new in a package, just scan it. Take the time to scan it because you never really know what it's going to be worth. Let's see. Next item that I sold in my Amazon business. Excuse me, guys. I'm kind of just looking at the comments as well. What up, ME Vest? Where can I find GI Joe WW2 12-inch prices? I would just look at the sold listings on eBay. That's probably the best way to do it. Next up is a CD that I sold. I believe I sold this for I think it was $16 or $17. The reason why I want to share this with you is because this has been a bread and butter item for me to sell lately. CDs over the last year or so. I popped on a huge lot of CDs, about 1,000 CDs from an estate sale, and they sell. They consistently sell, and you know, I'm usually selling at least one a day, sometimes more, but you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 a week. And it's just been a nice, it's kind of like a little like side income passive stream coming in through Amazon FBA. You know, these CDs, I found a bunch of CDs, 1,000 of them. I want to say I paid 300, and I've made my money back tenfold at least so far. And CDs are great. You know, don't think that all because technology is moving so quick that people don't want CDs. People want them. There's a demand for them. There's a section of the market that is absolutely just starving for these items. So scan them. That's my best advice. Scan them. I'm not going to give you advice on what to buy because I'm really not an expert when it comes to CDs. All I'm an expert in is, you know, pulling out my scanning app and scanning it, and I know how to analyze the information. You know, I look at the rank, I look at the reviews, I look at the amount of sellers as a merchant, FBA, and you know, I just make a buying decision that way. So definitely don't skip out on the CD section. Just scan them. You never really know. Want to take a break and say 54 people watching live right now. Wanted to thank each and every one of you for watching live right now. I appreciate it on a Tuesday night, 10 o'clock Eastern time. I want to thank you all for watching live. Make sure, if you can, hit that like button, show some love, you know, drop a comment. Let me know by hitting the like button that you're enjoying these videos. I definitely would appreciate it. And if you have any ideas for future videos that you'd like me to create, be sure to drop a line in the comment section. I'm here. I'm looking on my other screen and I'm reading the comments. So thank you, everybody, for all the likes. Thanks for all the love. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. Somebody mentioned Jungle Scout. That's actually an extension that I have right up here, Jungle Scout. Definitely check that out. Let's see. Shamus, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce your name, but Mick Wright, what bookkeeping service do you use for Amazon FBA? I actually use GoDaddy Bookkeeping. So check that out, GoDaddy Bookkeeping. More videos with butt cheeks and the women they are attached to. Oh, man, Scott Gerald, man. I'm going to try to find you some, man. Pittsburgh Mike, dislike. Boo! Come on, Mike, man. We Goodwill buddies, man. I still remember meeting up with Mike, man. Awesome hustler. So big shout out to Pittsburgh Mike. Appreciate you watching. DJ Boy, butt cheeks. Yeah, I know the butt cheeks have been a big hit during this live show. Steve, give me a shout out. So we got Arbitron 909 in the house, live and direct, about the Casa check. Yeah, big shout out to Arbitron 909. Thanks for watching live. Miguel Rolo, awesome, watching on the Roku, chatting via cell. The Roku, that's actually the thing you stick in the back of your TV. And I guess I'm coming through the TV right now. So, you know, I'm going crazy right now. Miggy Hypocrypt, we appreciate the info, Raiken. Thank you. Anytime. That's what I'm here for. Anyways, let's keep moving on with the show. Here's an item that I sold. Not exactly sure what this is. I mean, I guess I know what it is actually, but it's a Mr. Steamy dryer ball. So I remember when I was staying at the Bonafide Hustler's house and I was doing my laundry, he had one of these things, and I pulled it out of the laundry and I went to throw it on the ground, and his wife Whitney was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, there's a dog toy in the laundry. What do you think I'm doing?" She says, "That's not a dog. That's not a dog toy. That's something for the laundry." And I remember the first time seeing it, I'm like, "Wow, that's pretty neat right there. I'd never heard of it." So, but Mr. Steamy, I scanned this in. I was walking down the aisle in a Goodwill and I saw that puppy just sitting on the shelf. I said, "Hey, you want to come home with me?" Scanned it, put it in a car, sent it off, and never seen that puppy again. But I sold it for 20 something dollars, paid 3. I think I picked up 2 of them, and 67 reviews, 3.5 stars. Let's see what the rank is. Rank is 631,000 in home and kitchen, which you might think to yourself, boy, oh boy, that's pretty high, but not really. Home and kitchen's a huge, gigantic category, and it's not super high. It's pretty big, kind of like the book category. So not an expert when it comes to the home and kitchen category, but that just sold, and I may have another one in inventory. I'm not sure. Next up is I want to say Kids Safety 001,000 residential portable key safe. So this is a key safe right here. It's one of those things that you probably see like a real estate agent using or something along those lines to be able to share the keys for tenants or people who want to take a look at the house to get in the house. But I popped on this. What did I pay? I want to say I paid 5. That's what I'm guessing. Sold this for, I think it was $25 or $26. Just a random item. Didn't know much about it, but just scanned it. And that's the magical thing about Amazon FBA. What I want you guys to do is go out, get yourself the Amazon Seller app. I know you all have smartphones. I don't care if you have an Android or an iPhone, Apple. Download the Amazon Seller app, sign up for Amazon, get a seller account on Amazon, put in your credit card information, put in your tax information, get your account all signed up. Get the free account. You don't need the $40 pro account when you first get started. Download the Seller app and start scanning items. You don't have to necessarily know all about portable key safes in order to make money. What you do need to know is how to analyze the listing, right? You want to see how many reviews it has. What is the star rating, which in this scenario actually doesn't even have any reviews. So I'm not sure why I bought it. Maybe the margins were just there. But I'll typically buy something that's brand new. I'll be more inclined to buy something if it's new, if it doesn't have reviews and a star rating versus a used item, just because new is just so much more attractive to a customer. But if you go down to the rank, let's see, does it even have a rank? I don't even think it has a rank. So I'm not sure why I bought it, but I did. I'm sure I did my research, but I sold it and made some pretty decent money. Next on deck is another book that I sold for, I want to say I sold it for $39.99, Major Problems in the History of American Sexuality. I don't know why. There's a common theme today in this live show of books about sexuality. We had one on gays and lesbians, and now we have one on the history of American sexuality. Again, to each their own. But yeah, sold for, I think $39.99. And I love going after school textbooks. That's where the money's at, guys. If you're in a thrift store, if you're at a garage sale, if you're at a flea market, wherever you are outsourcing, if you see textbooks, scan them. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose by spending, 5 minutes scanning the books? Because all it takes is one of those things to be worth 30, 40, 50 bucks to make it worth your time. I love sourcing books. Again, thrift stores is probably my best avenue to find these items, but I've popped hard. I mean, really, really hard at garage sales. I've popped hard at book sales. And when I say popped hard, what do I mean? I mean, I've accumulated a lot of these items for good prices and eventually sold them for excellent margins. So if you get one thing out of this live show, it's books are where it's at. I love selling books, guys. And what I love about books in general is, I could go to any thrift store in America and I know there's going to be books there. Typically, not every thrift store in America is going to be profitable for you. For example, when I was out in the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina, I didn't like it out there for books. Why? Because they're sending all their books into Goodwill. They're actually the Goodwill website, or they're selling them on Amazon. And yes, some thrift stores are doing that. So books aren't great everywhere. But that's why, you want to educate yourself and learn about books. You want to learn about electronics, computer items, clothing, to be able to have that diversity, diverse. What am I trying to say? Diversification. That's what I'm trying to say. To have the diversification. If things aren't working with books, move to clothing. If it's not working with that, go to pawn shops and electronics. If it's not working with clothing in thrift stores, go to clothing at retail stores, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. If it's not working with toys at thrift stores, go to Barnes and Nobles, go to Toys R Us. There is an abundance of opportunities out there, guys. It's absolutely crazy. If you guys didn't know, I'm actually the co-owner of the green room. So if you go over to greenroomuniversity.com, you can learn more about that. But we've got about, I want to say we have almost 600 members now. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I get to see a lot of sellers firsthand and the successes they have. And I can tell you right now that there are hundreds of successful sellers in here that I see making it happen with so many avenues, right? They're killing it with thrift stores, garage sales, flea markets, antique malls. They're selling on Etsy, eBay, Amazon, Macari. Is that what it's called? Macari, I believe. I mean, it's ridiculous. People are doing wholesale. They're doing private label. I mean, the list goes on and on. They're getting engaged in clothing and shoes and health and beauty and groceries. There's so much out there. So don't ever think to yourself that, you know what, there's too much competition, because you're thinking inside the box and you need to think outside the box. You need to take yourself from where you are and get to a more optimistic place, because I can't say it enough. There's so many opportunities out there, guys. Next item that sold, and the last item, is actually nothing, because this is actually a blank page. So that was it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this sales update video. I shared with you 10 items that sold in my Amazon FBA business. I love making these videos, guys, and I hope that they're adding value to you. I'm going to jump into the comments section right now and answer some questions for you. So if you have any questions, I'll be sure to answer them for you right now. How much is the green room? The green room over at greenroomuniversity.com is actually, there's two payment options. We have a yearly option at $200 a year, or $1 a day per month. So $29.99 a month. So for the cost of $1, you can get around like-minded people. And we do a lot of private shows over there. We do bolo videos. We do interviews. We do tons of things over there. We have a private Facebook group. We have tons of books and products and courses we've created for our members. And it's really a lot of fun over there. So if you are looking to get around a community, you want to be held accountable, you want to get around like-minded people, you want to be able to chit chat with us and get more attention from me, the bona fide hustler, and almost 600 sellers, be sure to check out the green room at greenroomuniversity.com. Scott Fitzgerald says, thanks for the vid. Scott, I appreciate you coming in and watching, man. I really appreciate you checking it out, and wish the best for you as well. Frank Rizzo says, thanks again, Steve, for the valuable information. You are welcome. Teen Hustler, hey, Raiken, do I need to be over 18 to buy something from a pawn shop? That's a good question right there. Do you have to be over 18 to buy something from a pawn shop? I'm really not sure of that answer, but I will be sure to find out that answer. It may differ. It may differ based on, from state to state, but maybe somebody in the comment section could answer that question. Educated Trading Company says, sold my Logitech Harmony remote for $389.99 yesterday, an $8 investment. It's amazing. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what are some of your best sales that you've had over the last week or so? For me personally, I had some really good sales on eBay. I actually sold a pair of Red Wing boots for $87 plus shipping. And I also sold, and I paid $5 for those boots. And I also sold a Pokemon Game Boy console with the Game Boy, the Pokemon Game Boy game, the yellow version, for $100. So that was pretty cool right there. Let me know what some of your best sales were in your business. Picking for Profit says, has your Amazon sales been slow this past month? My sales have been extremely slow, but it's 100% my fault. 100% my fault. And the reason why I'm saying that is, you get what you put in. You get what you put into your Amazon FBA business. And what I mean by that is, if you don't ship out often and you don't give your business love, it's not going to give you any love back. And I've actually been kind of caught up in a few other things, and I haven't been really shipping out many shipments. And my sales are down significantly. I think my sales are at a little over 4,000 for the month. And you might think to yourself, well, that's pretty good, Steve. Well, my sales are typically they've been around like 7,000 to 8,000 per month, but I don't think I've spent hardly any time in my Amazon FBA business. So I literally did $4,000 in sales doing nothing. And that's the beauty of Amazon FBA is you could get rewarded from your past work. So say the month before you send in a crap load of inventory, you can be rewarded for that the next month. So that's one thing I love about Amazon FBA. If you don't give it much love, you won't get much out of it, but you can still make some income from it and focus on your other businesses or family or health. And to be honest with you, I just been spending a lot of time with my health this month. So yeah, you get what you get. You get what you give. The brag Raiken, because if you and Resell Rabbit and the live videos from the green room, you all have changed the lives of my wife and I. The brag, that is amazing. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much. And for watching. And I'm glad that, I've been able to help. So, I'm just very thankful to have you following me. And I appreciate that comment. Out of 8K in sales, what's your profit half? Yeah, it's typically around 50%. It really depends. Some of my retail arbitrage items might only net me 20, 30%, while some of my books might net me 300%. So really, when I say 50%, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to, determine what the actual margins are without going into my bookkeeping and all that. Shonda Brandt says, please don't do a reality show on TV. Everyone in the US will be selling on Amazon. One thing I want to say about a comment like that, and by no means do I mean any disrespect, and you may even be kidding, but when I see a comment like that, in my eyes, it's someone who's coming from a scarcity mindset. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I think you do have a point when it comes to that. Obviously, it's going to create more competition. But you need to train yourself, guys. And I'm not just talking to Shonda Brandt or Chanda. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I apologize. I'm not just talking to you. This isn't directed at you. And by no means am I disrespecting you at all. But when I see comments like that, it's coming from a scarcity mindset. And you guys got to get yourself out of that. And I'm not saying this just because I'm a content creator. And obviously, I benefit from creating content and putting it out there. There's no need in trying to sugarcoat it. But the reason why you want to get yourself out of that is because when you think like that, you're literally bringing yourself down. I mean, imagine you're sitting at home and you just got done having dinner and it's 5 or 6 o'clock and you say to yourself, I don't want to go sourcing. But then you think in the back of your mind, well, there's a lot of competition out there and I probably won't find anything. Boom. In that slight moment, you decide not to go out sourcing because you had that thought. While that thought might have some legitimacy to it, you literally just took the puck, you took the stick out of your hand, you took the ball out of your hand, and you never took the shot. There's so much out there. There's so much low-hanging fruit. There's so many opportunities. I mean, there's TV shows out there. We're in the information age, right? It's 2016. Don't think for any second that any piece of information is a secret out there. There's no such thing as a secret. Obviously, there's an opportunity. There's a golden time for everything. But the golden opportunity for Amazon FBA, I'd say, is past. I mean, I still think it's golden, but I don't think it's like the wild, wild west, like rushing for the gold. Like there's still gold out there, but it's not like 3 years ago, right? Or 5 years ago when Chris Green was starting, however long it is. Don't put yourself in this scarcity mindset because you're just taken away from yourself. Does she have a point? Does anyone else out there have a point when they say, don't, create competition? Of course you do. And I'm not bringing you down. I'm not trying to. So I'm trying to keep this positive. But just know, guys and gals, there is so much out there. If you're only making $20,000 a month, a year, that's because that's based on your thoughts, your belief system, your values, what you're putting into it. If you want to get up to $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, you can do it. There's people out there doing millions of dollars per year, but don't let your limiting beliefs be the barrier between you and your success. You've got to break them down. You've got to break them down. Like Gary Vaynerchuk says, you can tell a room full of people, like Gary Vaynerchuk says, you can tell a room full of people how to do it, and only 2 people will actually do something with that information. Give it away for free. You guys, I have been creating content for years, and I haven't noticed a difference. Obviously more people are coming into the market, but I wouldn't, I'm not going to get on my high horse and say it's because of me, because it really isn't, guys. I mean, it's the internet, it's YouTube. You know how many new subscribers I have subscribing to my channel every day? 60 to 70 to 80 new people subscribing to my YouTube channel every day. It's YouTube. They're pushing me out. They're pushing everybody out. This information isn't a secret anymore. Don't think it's a secret. Don't focus on that. Focus on what can I do today to educate myself more? What's a new item that I could learn about? What's a new way that I could save time? What's a new method I could use to create a system to be able to leverage my business? You want to think in that perspective. Let's see. Scott Fitzgerald says, I don't understand the Gary Vee appeal. The guy annoys the hell out of me. I think what a lot of people like about him is he's real. He says it how it is, regardless if you agree or you don't agree. And he's just a hustler. I mean, the guy's out there working 16 to 18 hours a day. And I think a lot of people respect his hustle. I think that's it. And he's predicted a lot of things about social media and people's behavior. And he's been dead on with a lot of various things. So I think that's why a lot of people follow him. Well spoken. You can easily become a motivational speaker, Steve. Hey, maybe one day. Most people are too lazy to sell online. It will never end. That's one thing I want to say right there. If you're willing to go out, Chanda, if you're willing, or Shanda, can you please help me pronounce your name? Because I'm so sick and tired of slaughtering people's names. I feel so bad. But anyways, I'm going to call you CB. C for yeah, and B for Brant. CB, listen, you're motivated. I know you are because you're watching this right now. You're going out sourcing. You're going out. You're listing your items. You are in the 1% bracket. Like people are saying in the comments section, most people Shanda like Honda. Oh, Shanda. Okay, thank you. That's the only way I'll know is if you tell me a rhyme. Shanda. So Shanda, you're doing what most people aren't willing to do. You're willing to take a risk. You're willing to take a shot. You're willing to go out there and make it happen. And you're already ahead of 99% of the people. Just don't create barriers for yourself. Don't come from that scarcity mindset. I've been there. I've done that. I still come from that mindset sometimes. I'm trying to get myself out of it as well. But there's so much out there. You're living in America, I'm assuming. So much opportunity, so much. eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, sourcing from pawn shops, from garage sales, from thrift stores, from online arbitrage, from retail stores, from flea markets, from antique malls, sniping off of eBay to sell on Amazon. Um, so many wholesale, private label. The list goes on and on. It's ridiculous. So many people out there. Cody Hawk has a lot of haters too, but I agree with a lot of what he says. Love your outlook. Thanks for all the great info. But yeah, guys, again, appreciate you watching this video. Sorry for going off on a tangent, but I'm really trying to look out for you guys, and I really am trying to put your best interest first. I really am, and I want to see you guys succeed because the more you succeed, the more I succeed, and I don't know. I just really enjoy seeing you guys and, making progress and sharing stories about your success. Like somebody before said, if it wasn't for my videos, their life would have never been how it is. I changed their life. I mean, just amazing. It's just amazing. And it's not me. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just sharing information. So if you guys can share information and help somebody, help one person, that would definitely make me feel good. Shonda says, join Green Room. Just sent out a huge electronics box to FBA. My second shipment ever. I'm nervous about Amazon getting my items. Yeah. First of all, congratulations for joining the Green Room. I know you'll probably get a lot of value out of that, just seeing others do it. Yeah, I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking shipping out items to FBA, right? It definitely is a little nerve-wracking because there's so many things that could go wrong, right? You put your items in your box, you drop them off at a UPS. Now you have to hope that UPS, doesn't break the item when they throw it in the box truck, which if you've ever watched any YouTube video, sometimes they throw it around like it's a football or they're playing soccer with it. So it has to get into the UPS truck, and then it has to travel across the country depending on what warehouse it's going to, and sometimes it goes into multiple trucks, which I'm assuming. Then it has to check into the warehouse, right? So it checks into the Amazon warehouse and goes down the assembly line, and then they have to process it and take it all out and scan in the items. So yeah, it's definitely, it's a little scary shipping off your items to Amazon, but once you do it long enough, and once you see that 99% of the time, things work out in your favor, you kind of just forget about it and it becomes a seamless process. So keep your head up for sure. I'm sure things will work out for you, but the more you ship, the more comfortable you're going to get. Bron says, thanks for the advice, Mississippi. Glad to have you in the house, and I'm glad that it's helped. Frank says online arbitrage has the most competition because of lazy people. Then comes RA. The hard stuff is yard sales, garage sales, etc. Less competition because you can't do it from your armchair. That's a really good point right there, Frank. Appreciate you sharing that. Thrift Coach, what's going on, Thrift Coach, man? We got to get up one of these days and go hustling, man. Get you on some videos. I love when Amazon breaks my stuff, no returns and full price. Did they always reimburse you? So Benadu says I sell most on eBay, and that led me it led me to this after looking for help on YouTube. Mississippi Pickers says Steve got us started 2 years ago with his videos, been growing ever since. Hey, Mississippi Pickers, I appreciate that. So now you're doing FBA. Congratulations. Pittsburgh Mike, question. I'm trying to eat healthier, and you've been an inspiration. I have a question about that. What's your favorite smoothie and tofu dish? My favorite smoothie. This is the smoothie I've been having lately, and I appreciate that, Mike, man. But you're in pretty good shape too, man. You definitely inspired me when I saw you to put on some muscle, man. You got a pretty good physique. But my favorite smoothie right now is I'll take my blender out, and what I do is typically I'll go to the grocery store and I'll buy like 20 or 30 bananas, and I'll let them ripen, get some black spots on it because they start sweetening up and they ripen. They're a little easier to digest. I'll put them all in the freezer once they're ripe. So I have a bunch of frozen bananas, and I'll put in, one banana into my blender. Frozen banana. I'll put in a handful of frozen blueberries, and I love frozen blueberries because you can put them in your freezer and they don't go bad. So I put a handful of frozen blueberries. I use one frozen banana. Since I'm working out a lot now and I'm trying to build muscle, I'll put in a scoop or two of protein to get some protein. Also, I'll use almond milk. I prefer almond milk over regular milk. It's a lot less acidic and just a lot more clean for your body. And then I'll usually put in some chia seeds and some flax seeds to get in my omegas and my good fats. And sometimes throw in a few ice cubes, a little bit of sun butter or peanut butter. And if you've got any spinach, throw in a few handfuls of spinach, because the cool thing about having a fruit smoothie, when you put the spinach in, you can't taste it. So you get the green smoothie without tasting it, which I know a lot of people don't like it. So if you're lifting weights, which I know, Mike, you're lifting weights, like I said, you got a really good physique, a strong physique, throw in a few handfuls of spinach, get those amino acids in and the protein, and you'll be good to go. So that's kind of how I do it. My favorite tofu, typically, tonight I had a curry tofu. So we had it was like red chili flakes on the tofu. But sometimes I'll usually just cook it up on some coconut oil and eat it that way with some rice. Hey, Steve, what are you thinking about Feedback Genius? Is that worth it? I've never used it, but I know a lot of private label folks use it to get feedback. I don't think it's super important unless you have a private label product, because why would you want to be getting feedback? I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's that important. So, if you're doing private label and you actually own the product and you're trying to get reviews on the product page, then I would go with Feedback Genius for sure. If not, I wouldn't get it. Just don't choke on it. What's going on, California picking, man? Looks like you migrated over from the Golden Finger Picker and Ronnie Hart's video. Yeah, I was thinking about rice and tofu with soy sauce. Yeah, so once a week, what I do is I'll actually cook up like a bunch of rice in a rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker, get a rice cooker, because you can put in a bunch of rice and just put it on autopilot. It's like passive income for rice, for food. But get a rice cooker. I cook up a bunch of rice, like 5 cups of it. Actually more, like 10 cups. I'll cook up like, I don't know, 5 pounds of tofu, and cook up some peas, some corn, some grilled onions and peppers, and then I'll get like I'll probably get like 12 or 14 little plastic containers, and I'll measure it all out, and I'll have meals for 2 weeks straight. I'll put it in the freezer. Night before, I pull out the meal, put it in the fridge, and then I bring it to my workout. So, do the Amazon police check new items for newness? I'm not 100% sure, but you definitely, if an item's new, it has to be gift ready. So if it has any damage to the box, I would just sell it as used. I thought it was crap until I tried it. It's pretty good depending on how you prepare it. Yeah, you got to cook it correctly for sure. I'm Asian, and the rice cooker is the bomb.com. Man, the rice cooker is a lifesaver right there. I'm telling you right now, if you do not own a rice cooker, you are missing out big time. And you could go with the brown rice as well, or black rice, or white rice. I just go with white rice because I just enjoy it so much more. Also, another cool tool to have in the kitchen is a slow cooker, a crock pot. Put in some veggies, some meat or tofu, whatever you're eating. Create a whole hearty little soup. cook that in the crock pot for 8 to 10 hours on autopilot and, have meals for like 10 days straight. Hey, Raiken, can you ship your books to FBA from overseas? I'm not sure. I wish I could answer that question. I'm sure you could. I'm assuming you could ship, to America, but I'm sure the shipping would be ridiculous. So I'm not sure. Thrift Coach, they busted up $249 items. So that was a nice reimbursement. I'm sure it was. Why it always got to be white rice? Brown rice matters. Yeah, I mean, brown rice is going to have some more fiber in it and whatnot. I believe white rice is just stripped of all of its nutrients. So it's pretty much just straight up carbs. Do you have a cool tool for removing price tags? Um, my buddy Jameson, who just came into town, he had a little heat gun. I don't use a heat gun. I actually use a Scotty peeler. So that's what I use. I use a Scotty peeler, and that typically does the best for me. What do you drive when you are road tripping? I need a van or an SUV. I just had a Hyundai Sonata. That's what I was using. So I had a Hyundai Sonata, and it has a really big trunk. So it was plenty of space for me. And the cool thing with FBA is you ship out. You could ship out as often as you'd like. So say you're having you're running out of space, just crash for the night, ship everything out, and then you have space again. So I don't think you necessarily need a huge SUV or a van to go on a road trip unless you're focusing on a lot of retail arbitrage and toys, or it's Q4, right? If it's Q4, fourth quarter, toy season, yeah, you're going to want something bigger. So Rodney, what's going on? Steve, I was in Danbury 3 weeks ago. Should have looked you up for some hustling. Yeah, Danbury is about an hour away, but my father always goes out there fishing. But yeah, you should have hit me up for sure. Do you send in items to Amazon that don't have listings? I don't, because I just piggyback. I piggyback on other sellers, so I don't create listings. Um, but you can do it for sure to separate yourself from the crowd. Raiken, do you sell under an LLC? Yes, I do. I have an LLC. I also do business under my own name for certain things as well. But that's about it, guys. I got to get rolling. It's 10:30. Appreciate you guys watching live. Again, do me a big favor and go over to the Golden Finger Pickers YouTube channel. Right, I'm gonna bring you there right now, real quick. The Golden Finger Picker. Go over to his channel and make sure to subscribe. He's at, let's see how many subscribers he's up to now, 9,923. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers tonight for him. He's a really good guy, puts out a lot of great content, and he's had my back, so I want to have his back as well. So subscribe to him. Also, guys, if you want a few free gifts, go over to RaikenProfit.com. Go down to the bottom under products, and I've got 2 free books for you. E-commerce on fire, 97 strategies to boost your sales on eBay, Amazon, and Craigslist, and more. Get that book 100% free. And the second book, which was created by my buddies over at the Green Room, which is the membership site that I run with the Bonafide Hustler, the College Picker, and Yong. You can see all 4 of us right here. It's a membership site that we run together for resellers and entrepreneurs. We have a free book we're giving away. 100 amazing items to resell. So if you want to learn about 100 items that you can be on the lookout for to buy and sell, get this book. If you want to learn more about strategies and principles that have helped me over the last 3 years to quit my job and never have to work another job again in my life over the last 3 years, and hopefully not for the rest of my life, check out this book, 2 free books. Get them. Subscribe to the Golden Finger Picker. Like this video. Show some love. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. And Scott Fitzgerald says the viewers have doubled since he started the cast, and now he is ending it. Yeah, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. So big shout out to Golden Finger Picker. Big shout out to everybody who was watching live. Smash that like button. We got 85 people watching live and only 41 likes. Take a second, guys. It really means the world to me to hit that like button. You don't know what it's like to be a content creator. There's a lot of peaks and valleys. I know a lot of you guys don't see it, but behind the scenes, sometimes we get beat up a little bit. And, the hater comments and the negativity sometimes takes a toll on us. And maybe we can get Chad, the Golden Finger Picker, to come on my channel for a 10,000 subscriber celebration to kind of talk about the ups and downs of being a content creator. But, by hitting that like button, you really are showing support, and it really does kind of give us that mental edge to continue going on. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Keep on picking and making that money. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, everyone. Bye.